What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is currently 6:30 in the morning and I'm at a bait spot right now, getting set up to go cast net some bait, obviously. Goal for today's video is catch a big snook. And when I say big snook, I mean pretty much anything over like 36 inches. To me, that's a big snook. I haven't caught one in a while. The last bigger snook that I caught was probably, I don't know, upper slot, and that was at that hotel pond. So that's what we're after today. Big old snook. I'm gonna try and just get big baits, BBOs, big baits only, and I'm gonna hit up a spot that I fished either 1 or 2 videos ago, I'm not really sure, but I have a feeling that there's gonna be some big fish there. So getting the GoPro set up right now, and then let's get some bait. All right, so since the sun isn't really out yet, we're just gonna be doing some blind casting. All right, so that is a ton of bait. There's one big tilapia in there. Those other tilapia will definitely work. We'll just have to put some smaller hooks on them. Any of you guys have watched my videos before, you've obviously seen me cast net bait. It's pretty much the same thing every single time, but I figure if this is your first time watching my videos, maybe you can learn something from it. Get these guys some water, and we'll throw another net. Something in there. Oh my gosh. There's a baby alligator in it. Oh gosh. All right, dude, hold on. Calm down. I'm gonna get you out, don't worry. I'm sorry, bro. He's all tangled up in the strings. I know, I know. I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna get you back in the water, don't worry. This is his mouth. All right, well, yeah, when you cast net in Florida, you'll catch these guys sometimes. But just be gentle with them and get them back in the water. He took off quick. Nada. All right, we're gonna go try a different spot. See if we can get on some bigger baits. I see some shiny. Looks really big. Okay, so those are like the world's biggest tilapia. Jeez. Oh, this poor net. That's why I use Walmart nets. I mean, these two, yeah, I could use those two. These guys, I mean, that's just too big, so. All right, so we got enough baits. Put these guys in here, and then we'll head over to the spot. All right, guys, so we're at the spot now, and I've got the rod holder in the ground there. Got the good old ugly stick here and a big old tilapia. We're gonna toss this dude out there on that mangrove line. So this is not a very conventional way to fish an area like this, but I did this at that hotel and I caught that pretty good snook. So we're just gonna let that guy sit out there, and then I think I'm gonna throw another bait on a bobber and just drift it along this mangrove line. Because I feel like if I was a big snook, that's where I'd be hanging out. All right, and this dude, like I said, got a bobber on here, and there's actually current here. So I'm just gonna toss them out. Oops, not in a tree. We'll let them drift over there, and maybe a big snook will come out and eat them. So this is an 8-foot star. It's kind of a heavy setup. This is a 6,000 Stella, 40-pound braid, and 40-pound leader. Same thing on the other setup, except that one has a bigger hook, because the bait's bigger. So I got a good feeling. I think we're gonna get one. Everything just feels right. Feels like it's a day for a big snook. Oh, big fish, big fish. I just gotta keep him away from that mangrove line. Some good pumps. Get his head turned. That's what we wanted. So I was doing some reading last night. I guess the water's like super warm, and everybody's saying that these big fish, they don't have a lot of oxygen. So that's kind of why they're not fighting so hard. So I guess that's
Which, I mean, makes sense because that's a pretty big fish. And he should be fighting a lot harder than that. Come on. I'm also using, you know, a pretty heavy setup. So that helps a lot. Everything I was reading yesterday also said that you need to really just get them in quick and then get them back in the water, because obviously when there's not a lot of oxygen, they're more likely to die. All right, so you guys know the drill. Always support the belly, especially when they're big like this. We're gonna get a video really quick and then we're gonna get this guy back in the water. All right guys, so there it is. Big old freshwater snook. That's exactly what I wanted. I don't know, I mean, he might be 36, 37. I'm not gonna measure him, I don't wanna keep him out of the water that long, but it's a good fish. I mean, this is what I wanted, so worked out well. Let's get him back in the water real quick. All right, so the last video I did here, I couldn't really send the fish off very well. But this guy, he's a lot bigger, so I'm just gonna get in the water with him. There's alligators here, so I don't recommend doing this, but I mean, I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm fast too, boy. We're gonna make sure this guy is good to go. He's kicking, so that's good. I'm gonna be honest, for a backwater snook, that is probably the prettiest one I've ever caught. Now, honestly, it looks like a beach snook almost. He's kicking. I think he's ready to go. There he goes. All right, so that was literally like 2-3 minutes after I got here, I caught that fish. So I'm gonna keep on fishing. You know, I don't know if anything's gonna eat after that, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get on something else. Always retie after you catch a nice fish like that, because it's not cool hooking up to a big fish and leaving hooks in its mouth just because you were too lazy to retie. We're gonna toss another tilapia out here since that worked so well last time. I mean, they might just be stacked up in there. I guess you don't really know. I don't know if you guys know this. I mean, I guess it depends on how long you've been fishing, but if your bait is tail hooked and you tug on it a little bit, instinctively that fish is going to try and go away from you. So like if your bait is swimming away from the mangrove line or like trying to go out in the middle of, you know, a channel or whatever, just give them a little tug. And usually they'll turn around and go back the other way. You know, honestly, I think class action attorneys are probably some of the worst people in the entire world. But if there was an actual class action lawsuit that was justified, it would be against Walmart for selling these bobbers. These are the biggest piles of junk ever. You get like one use out of them, maybe, if you're lucky and you get a good one. And then after that, they are literally just worthless. And yeah, I mean, I keep buying them, so maybe it's my fault, but come on, just make them a little better. It's not that hard. The new ones don't even have anything on the top that you can grip, and it's just, the whole thing is horrible. They just keep making them worse too. They're just worse and worse. Every revision that comes out is just worse. I don't know if it's like a cut and cost thing or what's going on, but they keep going up in price too, so it doesn't even make sense. I mean, I get it, inflation, you know, it's high and all that, but what happened to the Walmart bobbers, man? I mean, they just really, they went downhill. Let's give it a shot over there. All right guys, so it's been probably 2-3 hours since I caught that fish, and I literally haven't hooked anything, so I think I'm gonna call it. I still got that big huge cichlid out there on that ugly stick, but I don't really think that thing's gonna get picked up, and it's super hot out here. So gonna be another one fish video. I'm just gonna change my channel name to One Fish Wonder. I think that suits me better, since that's pretty much all I do lately is just catch one fish, and then when I stay later and try and catch a fish for you guys, I just don't. But honestly, as I've gotten older and I've fished more, I kind of just like having like a goal for the day, like catch a big snook. And when you get out and you actually do it, it's nice just catching that fish and then going home and relaxing for the rest of the day. Yeah, it's gonna be it for this one. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.